Welcome back, boxing fans. So the Japanese card has started. This is the first of the world title fights between Kosi Tanaka fighting Bak Shegwo, if I didn't butcher his name, for the vacant WBO title that Nakatani gave up to move to 118 pounds. After the first round, I thought Tanaka established his jab very well, jabbing to the body, jabbing to the head, controlling the distance, and not being overly aggressive, which is a problem that he tends to have. He can get a little too aggressive at times and get hit far too much. But so far, he's controlling the distance well, looks good, doing what he should be doing, and let's see if he's able to continue. So this is round two, and so far doing the same, establishing his jab very well, controlling the distance, and obviously trying to open up for his big right hand. Tanaka has power, but he's not an Inui type of puncher. He's not the kind of guy that's going to get you out of there with one shot, even though he tends to be very good with his left to the body, which quite a few Japanese fighters do well. And that's been one of his kind of established punches so far in his career. Let's see if he's able to get to the Mexican with his left hook to the body as we move forward. What's up, people? So round two, I think he's up by 2 rounds now, doing what he needs to do. His biggest thing is not to get pulled into a war. If he's able to establish his jab to the body, outwork this guy, land good body shots, get him walking into right hands, potentially he can break him down and maybe stop him late. For this other kid, he's a volume puncher, an aggressive Mexican fighter who's hoping just to break you down with volume and eventually tire you out and potentially also stop you late. But so far, and after 2 rounds, Tanaka has been doing his thing. Round 3 is starting. Here we go. For Tanaka, this is historical. I know this is a vacant title, so that's not the best way to win a title, but in and above that, this is for him to become a 4-weight world champion. And, good body punch from the Mexican. He's letting him get in too close now, into range, getting into that middle gear, sort of mid-range. And for Tanaka, he likes that mid-range, but the problem is he's going to get hit as much as he hits at that distance. And now he's really giving the Mexican guy a breath of fresh air or some hope. Good jab from Tanaka. Good little uppercut in the inside by Tanaka as well. Good jab from the Mexican. I think the Mexican fighter looks to have the longer arms, but his jab hasn't been nearly as effective. Tanaka loves to sit in that mid-range, which isn't bad as long as he doesn't get pulled into wars and get hit too much. And the problem with Mexican fighters is this is what they want. They want to be in that mid-range and throw for throw with you. Good left hook to the body from Tanaka. Good left hook from the Mexican fighter. It's quite a battle of physicality on the inside. 30 seconds to go in round 3. This has been a much better round for the Mexican fighter, but I still think Tanaka is edging it out so far. He should do more of that. Hit, get out. Round 3 is done. Sean, did you hear about Chris Van Herden's girlfriend? No. What about her? Is she teaching English in Taiwan? So round 4 is about to begin in the Tanaka fight for the WBO 115-pound world title. If he's able to do this, he will finally have an accolade above Lomachenko. He'll become a 4-weight world champion. Here we go, round 4. 20 years in Russia prison, all because she donated $51 to the Ukraine. Shut up. Really? Jesus. That sounds like some bullshit. You can't blame just a regular citizen for donating money based on news propaganda. And obviously, $51 is not going to be the difference between winning and losing. But, you know, obviously she was visiting Russia. You know, that might be something to keep abreast. It's kind of like the WNBA player who got caught smoking weed or with resin or something when she was in Russia. When you go to a country like Russia, you better make sure that you're not doing anything out of line. Nice jab from Tanaka. He's definitely the sharper of the two punchers. The Mexican fighter is very hook happy. And so far, he's missing more than he's landing, but we'll see how that progresses. Good jab to the body. I think Tanaka's got to do that a little more. Nice right hand from the Mexican fighter. Tanaka is being a little lazy with his jab, which I think, you know, he's too busy looking for the perfect counter shot. But the problem is you do that and you allow the Mexican fighter to continue to throw and build his confidence and obviously potentially get into a rhythm. I do like Kosi Tanaka's style. Good jab. He doesn't use like a shoulder roll, but he's effective, sort of using his shoulder to protect himself on the inside, to push the man off, to throw those little uppercuts on the inside, and also uses good head movement as well. But he doesn't keep his hands especially high. He also has pretty good foot movement as well. Not overt. That round, the Mexican fighter was far more active, but Tanaka did land the crisper, sharper punches for the most part. Most of the punches the Mexican guy is throwing are being blocked for the most part as well. Treason. How's it treason? She's not Russian. She's South African. This is not the main event. This is the first fight out of 3 world title fights. There's going to be this fight, and then there's going to be Junto Nakatani against Alfredo Santiago for Santiago's WBC title that he won off of Donaire. And then there's the other fight as well. Probably the best fight of the card, Kerwin Ankangis versus Inui's brother for his title. And that's a good fight because both of those guys are world champions. Obviously, Kerwin Ankangis, I think, had 10 title defenses at 115 pounds until he ran into that crazy Argentinian fighter who beat him twice in a row. And now he's moving up to bantamweight to take on Inui's brother. Inui's brother, technically very good, but not a power puncher. So the kind of guy you could step up in weight class and you don't have to worry too much about what's coming back to you as far as, like, you know, the power. So the beginning of round 5. Nice little uppercut from Tanaka. The Mexican fighter is made. Oh, headbutt. That's the problem when you're mid-range, right? Especially against a Mexican fighter. Cut over his eye. And actually, it was the Mexican guy that initiated it. Tanaka's head was down. The Mexican guy brought his face down on his head. Slick move. It's not even a big deal. It's up here on his forehead. But he's made for the uppercut. His arms are a little splayed, and he has his head down. Nice uppercut again by Tanaka. Now, obviously, the Mexican guy is in the inside, letting his hands go a lot, but open for that counter uppercut, which Tanaka is throwing at him a lot. He got to keep going to that body as well. He's always been a good body puncher. There you go. That made the Mexican guy hold on. Another big left to the body. Nice right hand. Out of all these Japanese fighters tonight on this card, Tanaka is definitely the guy with the most personality. During the weigh-in yesterday, he was like giving the guy a mean mug, you know, and obviously just selling the fight because afterwards he smiled and gave the guy a high five. But it was just, you know, the whole in his grill, giving him big attitude. I was curious to see how he was going to bounce back after that Ioka loss that he had a couple of years ago, which I think, you know, mentally probably would have played a big role in potentially breaking him. But so far he looks really good. Sharp. A lot more controlled. Obviously he's not fighting Ioka, so, you know, you're bound to look better. I was happy this card was announced Saturday afternoon in Taiwan. Obviously, Japan is a little later than Taiwan, but, you know, perfect for me. What am I doing on a Saturday afternoon? Not too much. So here I am watching boxing with you. So anybody watching the fight, what do you think about Tanaka's performance so far? We're going into midway through the fight. The 6th round is going to begin. And I think at this time, pretty much it's a clean sweep so far. Oh my God. I'll be back. Of course, I'm doing this, and now my phone's battery is dying. Jesus Christ. Father. Oy vey. So round 6, it's here. I'm going to real man shit. I'm going to try to switch to my iPad since the battery is full. Tanaka's really going to that body now. Nice right to the head. Oh, nice counter by... Ooh, the Mexican guy actually had his best 4-punch combination so far. That shit was telling. That's why I say, don't stand in there too much. Get in, get out. Round 6. Oh, nice right hand from the Mexican fighter. Nice left hand from Tanaka. Sorry about that. Let me just make sure my... Okay. Can everyone hear me now? Can you still hear me, I should say? Oh. This round is by far the most exciting out of the fight. This is the problem with Tanaka. He loves to get in there and throw hands. You don't get these kind of fights on the PBC. Well, you may get these kind of fights, but you're generally not going to get this kind of card. 3 world title fights. That was a nice body shot in the inside. You gotta love StreamYard and how easy you can go from one device to another. Thank you, StreamYard. You made this easy for me. So we're going into round 7. At this point, I still think that Tanaka has won every round. But if you were going to give one round to the Mexican fighter, it would have been the 6th. That's for sure. Even though I'm not sure how you say his name. Bacasegua. Sounds more like a Filipino name. Nice jab from Tanaka. Good inside work from both guys. That's the problem. This inside fighting. You're too close. Use that jab more, Tanaka. His jab was very effective. Oh, nice combination from him. Nice uppercut in the inside. You got to appreciate these Japanese fighters. They never look winded. Just got off work. What's up, my man? Your timing is good. Still have the two big fights coming. That's why I don't like these mid-range kind of fights. You put yourself at the disadvantage of potentially getting head-butted, hit low, a lot more wrestling, which takes a lot of energy. He can easily win this round by doing that, controlling the distance, go in, land his body shots, land his right hands, establish his jab just to keep him at bay, and pick and choose when he wants to throw. But Tanaka's problem is he's too much of a warrior. And that's why he got his ass beat by Ioka. Ioka, who's very technical. So the end of round 7. I think this was a better round for Tanaka. As I said, I think the round you could have gave the Mexican fighter was probably the 6th. What do you guys think so far? Who do you have winning? What do you think he can do to change? What time is it by you, Newton? It's 4:22 a.m. here. Right now it is 6:22 p.m. in Taiwan. Obviously 4:22. Oh, what time would it be in Japan? Not 4:22. It must be about 8:22, I think, in Japan right now. 4:22? Damn. That's like me trying to watch UK boxing. It's always too early in the morning for me. That's why this is perfect. Beginning of round 8. Tanaka's face looks okay. Hasn't taken that too many punches. Nice jab coming out the gate. Use your jab a little more. Double that shit up and then throw the right and then the left. It was funny yesterday when I watched the weigh-in. All the Japanese fighters made the weight easily. All their opponents had to like strip down to their, take their briefs off and be covered by like the flag or a towel to make their weights. Oh, that was a nice uppercut. That was a nice one, Tanaka. That got him. Round 8, a minute and a half to go. Nice right, lead right. Oh, nice counter right. Nice straight jab. He's really picking his spots well. That's the thing. The Mexican fighter's aggressive. He's throwing a lot of punches, but not a lot of it's really that effective. Yeah, nice uppercut. 4 left uppercut combination. He thinks he's Roy Jones. Nice double jab. Nice little uppercut, catching him coming inside. I just don't think doing what the Mexican, that was a nice body shot, nice combination. Oh, maybe he's got him out. Oh, 8 count, standing 8 count. That body shot set that shit up. That's what I said. His left to the body is really good, and it totally set up everything. Looks like his nose got broken on that uppercut that followed. Oh, boom, boom. Come on, get in there. Don't forget the body. Man, that was a great combination, Salvi. That uppercut following that great body shot. Ooh. Let's see the replay. Body shot. Oh, I don't like it. Big right hand, big right hand, big right hand. I don't know if it's really a knockdown, but won't last long. What channel or how are you watching? It should be on ESPN Plus. Look, Tanaka's like me. We both got our little beard. Nice jab to start off. Go back to that body. Nice right hand. You can see the Mexican guy's a little tentative right now. That nose is broken. A few jabs off the nose. He's not going to like that much. And then big left to the body. Oh, nice jab. Boom. Swinging right hand. He's just waiting for the moment. Nice jab again. Nice counter jab by the Mexican fighter. Oh, another nice jab. That's the thing. If he uses his jab like this, he wins easy. He didn't even need to be in any kind of back and forth. Set up that left. There you go. There you go. Land that left, and then, of course, you land big shots following it. Nice right. Nice right. Mexican fighter definitely looks like he's on his last legs. Slow to throw now. Oh. Oh. This is clinical. Clinical. Ten seconds to go in round 9. Looks like it's going to go to the 10th round. but that was a dominant round from Tanaka. Dominant. I can't find a Folk and Stream again. Folk Disney ESPN. Should be ESPN Plus. Body shots, dude, gonna be piss and blood. I can't even pay to watch. You can't pay to watch? Why? Ninth man, if this dude makes it to the 12th, wow. Oh. And of course, the best news of tonight's show is that Kung Fu Panda is coming out with a new movie. Never one to disappoint. So we're going into round 10 of the first of 3 world title fights today on ESPN Plus, straight out of Japan. Here we go, round 10. Let's see if Tanaka can put the final nails in the coffin of this fight. This Mexican fighter, from what I remember hearing, has never been knocked out or even dropped, I don't think. So he's obviously a tough customer. Who loves to slow dance? Gotta love these early morning Japan cards. Love it. For me, it's like early evening cards. That's it. Don't get too close. Keep your range. Keep hitting that body and using that jab. Looks like the Mexican fighter is just going to muddy up and ugly the last 3 rounds to go the distance. Good left to the body. That's it. Use your feet. Change the angle. Throw your jab. Good little quick barrage from Tanaka. Nice right hand, nice right hand, nice right hand. Boom, boom, boom. Now, if you had an egg weight in your glove, this shit would be over. Nice jab from the Mexican fighter. Round 10 is in the books. The Mexican fighter might have won that round strictly because of volume and Tanaka's inactivity, even though right there, when he did throw his hand, he landed 3 straight right hands in a row. Probably better than any punch actually the Mexican guy threw. So, round 11. The championship rounds for the WBO 115-pound world title, which was dropped by countryman Junto Nakatani, who is now moved up to bantamweight to try to win his 4th weight division, equaling, of course, what Tanaka is trying to do today, Would it be Junto's fourth? No, I think Junto is going for 3-weight division. Sorry. So round 11. Here we go. Let's see if he can land anything significant. Seems like he stopped throwing that uppercut as much as he was early on. That's it. Use that dizzying footwork. Keep the guy off balance. Tanaka doesn't have a lot of power. He's mostly a cumulative puncher. He's not Junto or a Nui. But you saw when he landed that body shot, that landed and was significant, which led to obviously the shots that followed that hurt and injured the Mexican fighter. He's kind of similar to Ioka and Kenshiro. Technically very good fighters, crisp punchers, but not destructive punchers. Oh, that was a nice counter right hand. Right over the top. Ah, there you go. Again, throwing the big left to the body. More of that and more jabs. Less of this inside stuff. He is no Roman Gonzalez. That's true. Nice right. What was my prediction on this fight card? I can't even remember. I think I might have picked Tanaka by late round stoppage. Nice jab. Keep using that. There you go. Put your punches together. There you go. Nice. Boom. Round 11 is in the book. 1 round to go. I think it's safe to say this fight's probably going to go to a unanimous decision for the new and 4-weight world champion, Kosi Tanaka. 4-weight world champion. He's only going to be the 3rd Japanese fighter in boxing history to accomplish that, joining both Ioka and Inoue. Not bad company. We'll see if Tanaka tries that after moving up to challenge Inoue at 122 to try to become a 4-weight world champion. If he could do that against Inoue, I don't know if he could, but that's big man move there. Round 12. Nice right hand, good jabs. Oh, boom, boom. That's it. You must well let it all go now. No other rounds. Let those fists go. Boom. He's landed a lot of clean right hands tonight, but none of those have made too much of an impact. His jab, his uppercut, and the left to the body have been probably the most significant punches. That was a nice short right hand. Throw that left. There you go. Dig that shit in. Oh, nice little left uppercut there. Oh, oh. Bam, bam, bam. So close, yet so far. Keep going. You can do it. You just need to load up on one big left to the body. Ugh. Both these guys got great fucking gas tanks, eh? "40 seconds to go." I think we're going to the cards. But overall, pretty dominant performance from Tanaka. Did what he had to do, went out there, dealt with the guy's pressure, curtailed it. I think won probably 10 rounds of the fight pretty clearly, and now put himself in the history books. So congratulations, Kosi Tanaka. This time you did not drop the ball, but mind you, you didn't have quite the opponent against you. This was no Ioka. Yeah, the Mexican kid was tough. And that's what they knew, right? You knew he was going to be a tough little fighter, but they didn't think he was going to be the kind of guy that would upset the apple cart. Not much of a puncher. Excuse me, you caught me in the middle of my dinner. Who's that? Tanaka's boyfriend? Even then, one of the judges was questionable, right? I can't believe the one judge had the fight that close, that competitive. What's up, Darkness? Welcome to the fight night from Japan. Kosi Tanaka just became a 4-weight world champion. John Boxing today was complaining that people are unfair because they're asking Tank Davis to move from 135 and trying to force him to go to 140. And he asked, how come people aren't asking Lomachenko to do that? But am I wrong? Hasn't Lomachenko already went up 3 weight divisions? These dudes are mental. Literally, you ask a guy to do something that he's already done. Go up 3 weight divisions. Nobody's asking Tank Davis to go up 4 weight divisions to fight Conor Benn. I think that's doesn't make any sense at all. But to go up to a division he's already fought at, that does not seem like a stretch to me. I don't know. I guess it's easy to shut down my channel, but not easy to get his channel shut down. He is special needs section of the LDBC for sure. That's a fact. He's arguing against the LDBC now with this whole Tank Davis scenario. No one's hating on Tank Davis. Frank Martin fight is good for Frank Martin. But for Tank Davis, is this the kind of opponent people have been asking for? I mean, fine. It's not a bad fight. But you're going to act as if this is a huge pay-per-view. It's not. 10-1 record in world title fights, 4-division world champion. So 11 world title fights at 28 years old. Nice beard. Tanaka is making history, becoming a 4-division champion. Good technical fight. Had it a little closer than the judges, 8-5. Come on, Larry, 8-5. No way that guy was that effective. I definitely did not see 5 rounds I could give that guy. 3 if I'm being super generous. I could even see him losing every round. Newton doesn't even sound upset. Alonzo sounds more upset. Why would I sound upset? What did I miss? Each time Japan wins a world title, they're making history. Never had that many world champions. That's true. Potentially, they might have 9 world champions at the end of tonight. How many American world champions are there right now? And Japan is not nearly as big as America. And I'm not trying to say Japan is dominating and taking over boxing, but Japan and other people are representing. And that's all people have been saying all along, right? Literally. All people have been saying all along is that boxing is not just Black Americans. There's fighters from around the world that are representing more now than ever before. That's not a hate statement. That's just a fact statement. I just watched Euro Trip for the first time today. What? There are good fighters under 126? About your old channel. Oh, I see. Alonzo's more upset than me. Well, there's not much I can do about it, right? So it is what it is. Great point, Sean. Thank you very much. Congratulations, Kosi Tanaka. I bet Ring IQ is happy because we know Ring IQ was all about Kosi Tanaka, especially when they had that scrap between him and Ioka. Mark and myself, of course, we were big Ioka fans. But it was funny, but made me feel old. That's what happens when you watch any of those kind of dated movies. I was talking to my coworkers, and they were telling me, oh, you see that there's that new movie coming out, Roadhouse, with Jake Gyllenhaal and what's his face? MMA guy. You know what I mean. And I'm going, oh yeah, it's a remake. Patrick Swayze did that movie before. Have you seen the Patrick Swayze movie? And the two guys I'm talking to, one from South Africa, one from Canada, they'd never seen it. They didn't know what I was talking about. I'm like, fuck me, man. Come on. How do you think Takumi Inui and Ankanjas will go, Sean? That's a good fight. I predicted that Ankanjas will win that fight by unanimous decision. But I definitely think it's a good fight between two good fighters. The one thing about Ankanjas, he's got more power, more experience. The guy that beat him was a hard-punching volume puncher. Inui is not that kind of fighter. He's much more a technical fighter. So I don't know if his style is going to be the right style to beat Kerwin Ankanjas. But it also depends on Jerwin, like, where is he at this point of his career? Is he really motivated to become a two-weight world champion and put himself back into relevance? Because he's not old. But after getting his ass beat by Fernando 2 times, you know, he may sort of have lost the edge a little bit. But we will see. In those middle rounds, the way he's talking is if somehow it was competitive in the first 6. In the first 6 rounds, I had him up 5-1. That's me. A guy at my job let me borrow it and told me to watch it since he thinks I sheltered myself too much when I was in my 20s. Funny. Apparently he knows you well. Well, if I had DVDs of these movies I was talking to my coworkers with, I'd totally give them to watch it. I just said they have to watch it. There was another movie as well. I can't remember what it was, but my one roommate, or not roommate, coworker had never seen it. I'm like, what? What's wrong with you people? Don't you fucking watch movies, man? Not every movie you need to watch was made in the 2000s. Actually, tons of great movies were made before the 2000s. Probably more great movies were made before the 2000s than anything that's fucking happened since then. But here we go. Alexander Santiago, 28-3-5, 14 KOs versus Junto Nakatani, 26-0, 19 KOs. What a height and reach disparity there is between these two guys. It's huge, huge. Chris Algieri is a better commentator than a boxer. That's true. That's true. He is. But I heard he got kicked off of one of his commentating shows because he said something too true. Nakatani going to flatline him mid-rounds. I think so. It might be ugly. I think so. He's going to catch him with an uppercut like that, trying to get on the inside. Right? It's just no bueno. That guy is going to have a difficult time getting in range against Nakatani. And once he gets into that mid-range, Nakatani's just going to fucking fire on him. This was a big knockout against Maloney. Dynamite. Bam. Oh my God. Maloney was dead there for a minute. I thought Moloney died after that last time. I think so. The way he hit the floor was brutal. Yeah, brutal. It was kind of like when Pacquiao got knocked out by Marquez. He just didn't land on his face. This wasn't the best performance for Nakatani against this kid, Cortez. Tough Mexican fighter. I think this is the fight that made Nakatani decide to go to 118. Maybe he felt that he just overtrained. All done. This Indian guy, he definitely does not look straight. Not at all. Clear difference between Donaire and Junto Nakatani. Donaire never uses a fucking jab, right? And that's been the biggest problem throughout his career. The reason why he was easily beaten by fucking Rigo. The dude doesn't utilize his jab. The reason he got beat by Frampton, the reason he got beat by Magdaleno, right? Because he didn't use his jab. He never uses his jab. He just sits on his left hand, waiting to land that big power shot. And you can't win every fight by doing that. Junto Nakatani is going to be using his jab a lot. And that kid's going to have to come down under that and then walk right into a fucking big uppercut or a big straight right hand down the middle. So, yeah, this is not the same style matchup that fucking Donaire brings. Donaire is happy to let the guy come into range so he can throw his left hand. I feel it's necessary to... Oh, I missed that. Boom! That was a nice shot. Junto went to America alone at the age of 15. There you go, right? That's obviously a great learning experience for a Japanese fighter. I say that about some Taiwanese basketball players. You know, them going to the States would make them far better players. But the problem is these countries, Japan and Taiwan, are so insulated that most of the men don't speak any other language. Women do. Women tend to be more adventurous. Lucky for me. But Taiwanese guys that play basketball, they don't want to go to the States because they don't speak English. So they're going to feel awkward. They're all mama's boys whose mommies take care of them and cook for them. They're not going to have that when they go to the States. These Japanese guys, exactly the same. We want you to fucking have a dominant performance as well, because there's a lot of people out there that would love to see you go to 122 pounds and take on your countrymen. Credit to Santiago, he did beat Donaire, although an old version. So Nakatani beating him would be a good win. Yeah, he struggled with pure boxers a lot, exactly. relies too much on his power. Those girls got some serious push-up bras going on. You see bras in Asia, very push-up and very padded. Here we go, Junto. Junto's measurements are pretty good too. I mean, almost a 70-inch reach. That's almost the same reach as Shakur Stevenson, right? So he could potentially easily go up to 122. I don't know if he can go up much more than that because he's not a very wide kid. His shoulders are pretty narrow. You saw in the weigh-in when he was beside Santiago. Santiago is much broader through the back than this kid is. So I don't know how much weight he could put on, really. But 122, that shouldn't be a problem. I'm a fan of push-up bras. They look good, but when you take them off, it only leads to disappointment. Luckily, I'm not much of a boob man, or I wouldn't be living in Taiwan. Clearly. Bar and Grill, G7. I would like to bukkake all over that girl's face. You know, it's a cultural phenomenon. When in Rome, do as the Romans. I mostly like faces, so it's fine. I agree with you. I like faces and long legs and sweet little asses. I think Santiago's happy, probably getting a career high payday to go to Japan to defend his title against Nakatani. Kind of like Steve Fulton. I hope we don't need to listen to the anthem again. We've already had a Mexican anthem and Japanese anthem in the last fight. So it'd be redundant to do it once again. Yoko Koka. So we are. Didn't we already listen to that shit? No disrespect. I like the Japanese anthem, the Mexican one, not so much. But we already listened one time, man. You don't need to play fucking anthems every single time. Newton must be a foot taller than everyone there. Actually, not anymore. Not anymore. When I first came to Taiwan, I played down low a lot when I played hoops. But now, all these kids are taller than me. I just walked past a group of 6 high school kids the other day when I took my walk for lunch. And every single one of them was taller than me, including the girl. I'm like, damn. McDonald's, junk food, and milk in the diet. I always feel the Mexican anthem is too fucking long. Instead of doing like one verse, they do like two, maybe three. Everyone on that snack. Yeah. I don't know if that's the case. I don't know if they know what snack is, but it maybe is in the water. Japan's anthem is very regal, powerful. It doesn't make me think Asia. It kind of makes me think Europe. That sounds Asian. Let's get ready to rumble. 12 rounds of world title fight boxing. Oh, Lennon. The girl with longer hair, as I said, she's okay, but Japanese girls aren't really the best girls in Asia. Fucking Lawrence Cole. He got kicked out of America, sent to Japan. Some. They got bad skin though. And they get big fast. Then Philippines is perfect. Indonesian women too. A lot of ass. Let's get ready to rumble. Fucking Asians still wearing masks, eh? Yesterday I went to a fancy Japanese barbecue restaurant. Fuck. Whole family's wearing masks. I'm like, get over it, man. Colombian women. Yes. Latina women. Colombia. Venezuela. Whew. Yes, those two countries. Basically, the women are the same, right? Sexy, sexy, sexy. Here we go. Round one. That's the only tough thing, right? Obviously, both their jabs are coming from the same direction, so it's not going to be a clear path to throwing your jab. Boom. Put that straight left down the middle. That's it. Double that jab, throw that straight right down the middle. Also like that right hook off the jab. Feint jab, right hook. Pacquiao became very good at doing that later on in his career. Just leading you into that straight left. Head control. Calm down. Lawrence Cole. Headbutt. There's going to be some of that. Obviously, orthodox against southpaw. And then the one guy's super fucking short, right? Boom. Nice straight right hand. I think that could be the punch. The straight right over the jab. What's up, Lily? Lazy girl. You can see Santiago is very tentative to jump in too recklessly. Does he have a cut, Santiago? Did he get a cut from the headbutt? Round one is done. Quiet round, but I think an easy round for Nakatani. Oh, who's good girl? Kung Fu Panda. Oh my God. Little nipple biters. Is this the guy who put Maloney to sleep? Yes, it is. This is him, the one and very own Junto Nakatani, with that cracking fucking shot that sent Maloney to sleep. They've actually shown that knockout probably about 10 times so far in this whole card in the build-up. Let's see if you can do that against Santiago. Yeah. Hold on. Round two. I just failed to see how Santiago is going to be effective enough to actually win rounds. I played basketball. I know how it is to fight tall guys. You just rush in and cover your chin and get on the inside and then bully them. It's not easy. You can't sit on the outside because you're not going to fucking get anywhere. Nakatani starting to time that jab. He's got to double that jab up and follow with the left. Boom, boom, boom. Right, Lily? Is that what you would do? Not much body work from either guy. Santiago, you would think he would be trying to like double jab to get in the inside. Oh, there you go. Nice counter right hand from Nakatani. Try to get inside and, oh, uppercut. and try to work that long body of Nakatani. I didn't have to fight too much. Oh, there you go. Nice shot. Because I had a big mouth, so I would embarrass dudes a lot. And funny enough, when you embarrass guys in front of everybody, then they feel like they can't really fight you, because that would be further success for you, making them humiliated so they have to like resort to violence. So basically they need to laugh at themselves and yeah. But not too much. And then when everyone you hang out with is like 6'4" and black, not too many people are giving you a hard time anyway. Only problems mostly I had was when I was in elementary school and I had to like walk past junior high school kids every day. They bullied me, but you know, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Oh, there's an exchange. Both guys land in something. That's what he's got to do. Make it a little rough. Still lost that round, but at least he had a moment. He hurt him. Hurt who? Oh God, get that ass out of the way. Who got hurt? Nakatani or Santiago? You get reckless like that, dude, you're gonna get caught with an uppercut. Nakatani don't look too hurt. He got hit, but I don't think he got hurt. I think that's the first body shot all day. That's what he's got to do. Try to throw that left over the jab, but not easy. Nice jab. Still controlling that distance. Nakatani. There's a body shot from Santiago. Hmm. Yeah, stylistically, I don't know if this is the kind of fight that's going to be as action packed as the last fight, but it might get a knockout. Both guys are picking the pace up a little bit. That's good. Let those hands go. Ah, little cut under Santiago's eye from the left hand. If Nakatani times him, night. I got VPN and the stream works. Yeah, Santiago has to jump into reach. And that's the problem, right? You become vulnerable jumping in. He's got to like try to be a little more Mike Tyson-esque. Get those hands up, bob and weave, double jab, get inside, and then try to work that body. But at this point, he seems like he's a little hesitant. But that's what you ask yourself. What are you doing in sparring? Because obviously in sparring, he had to be in with a dude that had at least a 70-inch reach, right? Just to get used to fighting a guy with a much longer reach. What did you do? How were you effective? Round 4. What's the problem? Too much grease on his eye? Oh, fucking calm down. First time he gets punched, it's going to come off. You gotta hate fucking this guy Cole. He's a fucking douche. Always has been. Fucking terrible fucking ref. I do think Nakatani is trying to sit back for that uppercut. Try to catch him coming in. That's it. Keep working that jab, Nakatani. There you go, but don't let him out. That right hand of Nakatani's over the jab, I think it's very effective. He's got to turn that uppercut in to go with it. Oh, that was a nice one. At least Santiago is being more effective, pressuring now, cutting off the angles. Possibly to his own demise. Nice left from Nakatani. He's going to jab to the body a bit, I think. Get his hands to drop. Nice body punch. That was a much better round, more dominant from Nakatani. Man, Mexicans are a huge part of boxing. They are. Does VPN provide some protection for suspicious stream sites? I think that's the whole point of VPN, right? I think it hides your IPN and also gives you protection. But I guess it depends on which VPN. Ooh, if that would have lasted, depending on which VPN you're actually using as well. Boom. Santiago's going to have to continue to push and pressure more, but at the same time, you're walking into the fire. But it's the only way you're going to be effective against this guy. That's it. Triple jab. Nice body shot. You can see Kosi Tanaka is a much better body puncher than Junto is. But obviously, Junto is much more of a controlled fighter. Doesn't get into crazy exchanges. Isn't as vulnerable. Nice body shot again. That round is in the books. That was an easy round for Junto Nakatani. I think Santiago is a little bit frustrated because he just can't be as effective as he hopes that he would be. But what did he expect, right? That's why I never understand these fighters that come in and look like they don't have a game plan and don't look like they're able to adjust, right? Like, you know when you're not being effective. And obviously in training, you're supposed to be working on how to be effective. So you can't have one particular way that you're coming in. You got to have alternative plans, alternative methods, right? And at this point, you just do the same thing you're doing, but hope for a different result. I don't know how that's going to be effective for you. Because, I mean, you allow Junto Nakatani to control the range, he's just going to get sharper and get more into a rhythm. Round 6, the midway point of the fight. let's see if anyone can make adjustments and put their foot on the gas. Oh, straight left down the pipe. Inevitably that was going to happen. Oh. They called the fight? Fuck, man. Easy work. You just knew inevitably that's going to happen. If you're going to sit back there and let him do what he wants to do, how long is that going to be effective for you, right? Sold his title for a career payday that he can take back to Mexico and buy a house. But, you know, hey, we all here trying to make a living, so I can't hate on him. Junto on my pound-for-pound list. Is he? At this point, he's obviously a fighter in contention, but I don't know if I put him on my pound-for-pound list at this point. Because who's the best fighter he's faced? What's the highest opponent he's been in with that he's beaten? At this point, he's beaten all the guys he should beat. He's never unified any titles yet. He's moved into now his third weight division and now as a champion. If he can fight some of these other guys at bantamweight and do what Inui did, right? Unified titles, prove you're the best bantamweight out there, potentially fight Inui's brother and Rodriguez, and who's the other champion? Maloney's brother, right? Or is it this Maloney that you knocked out already? No, it's the Maloney Inui knocked out. So the brother. So there's three potential opponents. You go in there, you start beating their ass and unifying titles. Then, okay. But at this point, I think it's too premature. I got him number 8 or 9. By the way, he's beaten them in such dominant, impressive fashion. Should also be a factor, Sean. Yeah, but every top fighter is doing that with that caliber of opponent. I mean, we all felt that Donaire was going to beat Santiago. And it was a disappointing performance by Donaire that he ended up losing to that guy. The new WBC bantamweight champion and now 3-weight world champion. Yeah, I just want to see him unify that, right? Do that extra thing. If you're moving through weight classes and you're fighting opponents, you know, you didn't get Martinez or Bam Rodriguez at 112 pounds. At 115, you didn't fight any of the top guys. Obviously, Ioka, your countryman, blatantly ducked you and dropped the title. You can't blame him for that. But that kind of opponent, an Ioka, right, or Roman Gonzalez or Estrada, some of these kind of fighters, and now obviously you move to your third division. You got to fight the top names, right, really to see where you're at. And I do think he's right there. But that's the thing, the difference between me and a lot of these haters. They're so adamant about their pound for pound list, specifically being fighters that look like them. With me, I don't give a fuck who's on a pound for pound list, but you're not going to be on my pound for pound list until you've hit certain criteria, right? And that is winning multiple weight divisions, defending your titles, a lot of times showing dominance and performance against your opponents, and obviously beating the best guys in and around your weight division, potentially fighting pound for pound caliber opponents, unifying titles. And you do these things, and it gradually moves you higher and higher on the list. But I think there's easily 15 fighters in the world that could all be top 10 pound for pound fighters. But obviously you can't have 15 fighters in pound for pound top 10. So that's where their discrepancy falls. That's why a guy like John Boxing gets angry, because people have a few different fighters on a pound for pound list than he does. Yet it's marginal. The difference between the fighters he wants on the list and the fighters other people put on the list, you can justify why you think you want Estrada on a list over fucking, a Shakur Stevenson as an example, right? I mean, better resume, two-weight world champion, has unified titles and fought pound for pound caliber opponents. Shakur, three-weight world champion, unified a title, but who's the best opponent he's fought, right? Not bad opponents. I'm not disregarding or downplaying, but this is the thing. People get so bent out of shape because a lot of these guys are just pushing racial narratives. The reality is they don't want to give boxers like these guys credit because they don't watch them. And because they don't watch them, all of a sudden it means these guys aren't legitimate. No, because you're fucking ignorant and don't know anything about the sport of boxing doesn't make fighters you like more relevant. Just because you watch them in America doesn't mean they're better fighters or more relevant fighters globally, right? Junta Nakatani is quality, as we saw today, destroying a guy that just beat Nonito Donaire. But I would put him outside my pound for pound top 10 at this point. If he beats a Rodriguez, a Maloney, unifies titles, and somebody else in the top 10 maybe drops a step, then we're talking. And probably the best fighter at the division. I just want to take a look quickly at that division and see what other fighters are at that weight class that potentially have reach and height to not nullify, but at least be competitive against him. I think Emmanuel Rodriguez, I think his reach is not as long, but I think it's pretty significant. I think he had a longer reach than Nui when they fought. Abdullah Mason. Kid looks good. But, of course, you're going to look good against this level of opponent. Nui, what's he? 5'5" with a 67.5-inch reach. So about a 2-inch reach shorter than Nakatani and about 3 inches shorter. Pretty much. Bantamweight. So there we go. Look, they got Junto. BoxRec already has him fucking number 1. And he just won his fight today. That didn't take long. I'm sort of disappointed that he left 115 pounds so quickly. I would have loved to see him in with a Bam Rodriguez, right? That, my friends, that would be the fight. Take a look. Mason is Quinton's favorite fighter. Hey, Abdullah Mason looks spectacular as far as the length, the speed, the power at this young age, right? He's got everything. The question is, what's he going to do when he steps up his level of opposition against elite level opponents? So far, he's beaten guys that are 6 and 8 rounders, dudes that never stand a chance, right? The biggest thing they're trying to do is show toughness and durability and just make him go rounds. That's what they're there for, to make him go rounds. There's no one there that's really a challenge. Rodriguez, 5'6" with a 66.5-inch reach. Oh, Fernando Vargas's kid. He looks good. Power puncher like his dad. But he's definitely open for counters. His hands are too low. Jason Maloney, what's next for Nakatani? That's what we'll see. I mean, maybe him against Inui's brother, right? They're both fighting on this card today. They're both bantamweight champions. If Inui beats Jerwin and Kanjis, maybe then he fights Nakatani for unification in Japan. Maloney, 5'5", 65-inch reach. Inui, who's coming up next, 5'4.5" with a 64-inch reach. What about the other Japanese fighter, Rizuko Nishida? 8-0, 1 KO, 27 years old, 5'7" with a 68-inch reach. So that might be a good fight to put. He's a guy with only 8 professional fights, but he's 27 years old. He's older than Nakatani. He's also almost as tall and almost as long. So that potentially could be a good, Japan on Japan fight. Thoughts on Valdez versus Liam Wilson? Probably going to be a good fight, right? I mean, Valdez is always in good fights because he's so one-dimensional. So, stylistically, it should be interesting. Exactly. What about this Vincent Astrolabia? I think he must be a little long. No. 5'5.5", 66-inch reach. What about this guy, the killer? Japan's got a lot of fighters in this division representing. Tsutsumi, who just killed that guy in the ring, 28 years old, 5'5.5", 64.5-inch reach. I mean, he does not want to get in the ring with fucking Junto. Diego Higa is also there. Sho Ishii is there. Man, there's a lot of Japanese fighters in this division. But as far as Riko Matsuda, but as far as potential opponents, I don't know, man. I don't know. One guy I don't notice on this list is Gary Russell. I wonder if he moved up in weight. Because I think Gary Russell has some length and height, right? I know he lost, obviously, to Rodriguez, but what is he? 5'7" with a 67-inch reach. Yeah, you know. It looks like there's no competition until Nakatani moves up to super bantamweight. And even then, how much competition is there? If he fights a Nui, maybe. But outside of that, I don't know. It'll be interesting. Japan definitely is representing two fighters. Like currently, what do they have? 8, 9 world champions. At the smallest division, they have the two brothers, right? Yudi Shigyoko and Jinjiro Shigyoko, both world champions. Boxing scenes, boxing rankings. There we go. So the big main event is coming up. Obviously, Jerwin and Kanjis stepping up from 115 pounds, going to 118 to try to become a two-weight world champion, fighting the Monster's brother, Takumi Inoue. Should be a great fight. Stylistically, both guys are good fighters, technically good. But yeah, Yudi Shigeko, Jinjiro Shigoko. And then obviously at the next weight division, you have Kenshiro, right? Kenshiro, so that's 3 Japanese fighters. And then you move to the next division. Shego Yuri Akui, who currently has a title at that division. So that's 4 Japanese world champions. Ioka, 5 Japanese world champions. And Tanaka, who just won today, 6 Japanese world champions. Junto Nakatani, 7 Japanese world champions. Takumi Inoue, 8 Japanese world champions. And then, of course, the Monster Inoue, 9 Japanese world champions. So currently there's 9 Japanese world champions in boxing. Not bad, man. All this hate towards Japanese fighters, but 9 of them currently are world champions in boxing. How many American world champions? Well, let's say Black American world champions. I can't go to heavyweight, and I can't go to cruiserweight. I can't go to light heavyweight, and I can't go to 168, so I got to go to 160. So the first division I can get a Black American champion. So then we got Charlo, 1. 1. Then we get his brother, who's 2. Then we get Crawford, who's 3. And of course, Boots Ennis, who's 4. Haney, who's 5. Tank Davis, who's 6. Shakur, who's 7. 7 Black American world champions so far. Oshaki, 8. Lamont Roach, 9. So 9-9. 9-9. So that's it. Currently, there's 9 Black American world champions, and currently there's 9 Japanese world champions. I'm just saying, all this Black American dominance, all this hate towards non-Black American fighters, yet clearly Black American fighters are currently not dominating the sport of boxing. You can say there's a lot of up and coming great young fighters, but currently there's 9 Japanese champions, 9, and there's 9 Black American champions. 9. If I do the math, that somehow comes out to be even. What's the population of Japan? Japan's population, 126 million people. Not bad, 126. USA's population, 332. So far more than double the population. Far more than double. So there you go. You're going to give John boxing on aneurysm, Sean. I hope so. Japanese run boxing, and John loves to hate. That's true. It really is a global sport. That's all I ever said. I ain't hating on Black American fighters. I just saying that boxing is far more global now than it ever has been. So you can't be surprised when there's more non-Black American fighters in the pound for pound top 10 list. It's inevitable. It's the same way the NBA now has far more non-Black American all-stars, because there's far more non-Black American players in the NBA. They're both synonymous, right? And somehow someone takes this as you hating and being a racist. No, this is a fact. This is what's going on. This is clearly the situation. You may not like it because it doesn't represent you, but for me, I don't care. But if you want to dismiss and downplay all these fighters who are busting their ass to do great things in the sport of boxing, I'm going to call you out on it, because the reality is what it is. Currently, there's 9 Black American world champions. Currently, there's 9 Japanese world champions. Maybe after this fight, there'll be 8. And then you can say, oh, we're up 1. Maybe, that's true. We'll see what happens. But as of now, it's even Steven. Here's Jerwin and Kanjis. I like the way Jerwin fights a lot more than Inui. Inui is very technical, sharp, but doesn't have much power. Jerwin is a much better fighter all around. But I think the problem with him is he just lost his hunger when he was at 115 pounds and didn't really do what he should have done. And Inui, he just looks like the oddball son out of that family for sure. And Jerwin needs a fucking haircut. And Inui, does he look like his mom or does he look like his dad? Because he doesn't look like his brother. 18-1, 4 KOs. And Kanjis, the smaller fighter coming up in weight, 32 years of age, 2-inch reach advantage, 23 knockouts in 34 wins, 3 losses and 2 draws. Let's get ready to rumble, people. This should be a good scrap. The guy with power to potentially get the win by knockout is obviously the Filipino. But at this point, he also might be shot, right? Looking for a paycheck, not really motivated anymore. Took 2 hellacious beatings against Fernando Martinez, right? Fernando Martinez, man. It's disappointing that Fernando Martinez gets so little fucking attention in boxing, because that dude is one of the most exciting fighters in boxing today. Easily. But see, that's what happens when you watch boxing and you follow the sport and you're not a racist who only pushes racial narratives. You will see guys like him and you'll give them praise because they deserve it. Right, Lily? I know, I agree with you. But this guy is a monster. Look at him. He looks like a fucking choir boy. But 16-0, 9 knockouts, 32 years of age. Kid doesn't look 32 at all. The Puma from Argentina. His 2 wins against German and Kanjas, he beat the fuck out of him in both of those matchups. And then his last fight, he just beat Jade Borneo, very good Filipino opponent, who was 18-0, stopped him in 11 rounds. Impressive performance from him. And Borneo's not bad, man. A guy that beat Mohamed Obdabi, a guy that people were thinking might be a potential world champion. I would love to see, I know that right now there's talk about Ioka versus Estrada, and then there's talk about Bam Rodriguez versus Estrada. I just hope that somebody fights fucking this kid, whether it's Tanaka or Ioka or somebody. What do you think, Lily? That little, eh? So what do you guys think? What's your prediction for this fight? Who's going to win? Anui or the Filipino, German, and Kanjas? Leave it in the comment section below. Let us know where you stand right now so we can mock and ridicule you if you are wrong. I said that German and Kanjas is going to win by unanimous decision, and I think he's going to drop Anui in this fight. And that may be the difference between winning and losing. But let me know what you think. Now that I've made that whole point about being 9 Japanese champions and 9 Black Americans, I kind of hope Anui wins. Pretty boy. Good luck. Shock the world. I don't know if it's shocking the world. This isn't the monster Anui. This is his brother. The man who, I don't know, made a successful defense yet. Anyway, I wonder if he's illegally wrapping his hands and using PEDs like his brother. Yeah, majority decisions, split decisions, good calls. I could see it going either way. What? I don't see that happening. Yeah. Imagine, eh? Your brother's a newie. He is solid. His only loss coming to Nordine Obali, who Donaire knocked the fuck out. Fuck, man. Japan loves to play a fucking anthem. Jesus Christ. You can have too much of a good thing, man. And fucking 3 Japanese anthems, it's like a little overkill. Don't you think? It's like, come on, this is not the fucking Olympics, man. Jerwin looks a little flabby at this weight, even though he's a bigger fighter, I think, than Inui. I thought he was taller, but maybe he did similar. But he definitely looks like he put on some weight after the weigh-in. Kind of sounds French. How is Jerwin's power going to carry over moving up? It's only 3 pounds, right? So I don't think it should really be negative. I think it shouldn't have a problem. His power should be just as good. The only difference is you're fighting guys who are physically bigger, so they can tend to take more. Inui's brother totally looks fucking Japanese, eh? He definitely has the single eyelid very pronounced. It's funny because in Taiwan, you don't really notice that. And look at Inui. Inui doesn't really have the single eyelid. It's not like his brother. His brother is just prone to fucking have his eyes swollen up and close, right? So I guess he must take after his mother because his dad looks more like his brother. Get out there, buddy. Make your brother proud. If not, I mean, Inui's going to have to come back down to 118 to knock Jerwin and Catches out. Oh, today is Lantern Festival, so some parties going on tonight. Lots of lanterns and people out in the streets. I still remember the Sarland era. Japan loves the fucking pomp and circumstance. Jesus Christ. Man, more naked ring girls and more rap music. That's what we need. Remember when boxing tried to do that? It became all like real hip hop to try to get like the younger crowd into the sport. I can't remember which promoter was pushing that, but it became like the new big gimmick. Look at that. 3 judges, all from different countries. Unlike when you fight in America and you fight fucking with 3 American judges. And then an American judge. Hi. It's prime time. Fucking guy. I'll exploit Filipinos fucking to feed my family. No, I'm watching it on a legal stream. Unconscious. Yeah, I'm just watching it on a stream. I just write in 10 best free sports streams and then go through to see which ones have boxing and then try to find one that actually works. Luckily for this one, I have American commentators. Earlier on, the one I was looking at had Mexican. But look, Jerwin Akajis, right? He looks much taller, even though he's coming up in weight. And we're off. Pirate. Here we go. Let's see if Inui can defend his WBA world title. Can't get better sparring than what he gets. You know, the Japanese and Koreans fucking don't want to lose to Filipinos. Filipinos are seen as second-class citizens in Asia, along with Thais, Indonesians. Not that I say that, but that's just kind of the black-white American narrative in Asia. Those countries think that they are better because they're first world. They like to be white and light-skinned. Oh, you cocksucker. Of course, now my stream goes down. That's the problem with pirated streams, eh? Motherfucker. Tell me if I miss anything. I gotta wait 25 seconds before I can upload. Sean, love him some in our... Sean, love him some in our... What do you mean? You mean Inui? Motherfucker. Oh, quit driving me fucking crazy. This is the problem with streams. Are you really gonna make me fucking lose my shit? Inui. Oh, I don't know how people don't like Inui. Sean, why you're not putting context on Tank's record? Oh, dude, what fucking context? Please, leave some context here. You act like Gamboa is a quality win. Gamboa was not ranked in the top 15 by any sanctioning bodies until they chose to use him to give fucking Tank Davis a bullshit WBA regular title. That's the fucking context. I'm giving you fucking complete context. You, on the other hand, are acting like Gamboa, who fucking 7 years earlier was a pound for pound top 10 fighter, somehow was quality. That's context for you. I mean, who's not giving context? You. You're lying to try to fucking act like a win is better than it is, when clearly it's fucking not. Oh my God, see, don't fucking talk to me right now. I'm fucking trying to get my feed. It's not fucking happening, because that's what happens when you fucking have to pirate, because bullshit fucking ESPN and fucking PBC bullshit fucking cards don't fucking show international. Oosa. I'm fucking angry because my feed stopped, and right now I'm watching fucking Inui get knocked out, or fucking and can just fucking become a world champion, and I can't watch it. So fuck off. Lily, can you fucking fix this, man? Stop looking at me. I don't need pressure. Fucking Gamboa is one of the best Cubans we have ever seen. Yeah, okay. Tell me what his best win is. Go. You got 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. You don't even know his best win. But he's one of the best Cubans we've ever seen. If he's one of the best, I'd hate to see one of the worst. Fuck off, motherfucker. What the fuck? What? Ah! Did I miss anything? Mikey ducked Gamboa. No, he didn't. Okay, so round 2. I missed round 1, but now I'm back online. Stream freezing crushes my soul. I feel your pain. Fuck, man. Fucking technology. It gives you it just so it can fucking ruin you. The problem Gamboa had is that they were trying to build up the big fight with him and fucking what's his face? That other fighter who ended up getting knocked out by fucking Salido. And that ruined his big pay-per-view fight. And then he signed fucking with Beyonce's fucking husband's promoter company and basically flushed his fucking career down the toilet until he ended up fighting fucking Bud Crawford, being inactive and fucking not fighting as much as he should have, Juan Manuel Lopez, and then got knocked the fuck out and then became irrelevant until they chose to use him to fanboy and build up fucking Tank Davis. And then people are like, oh yeah, Gamboa was a great win. Leo Santa Cruz, who was gifted a world title at 1 fucking 30 against a fucking bum and still couldn't knock his ass out and looked like shit in the fight. Quality fucking victory. Then he went up and fought Mario Barros, who was a WBA champion. Lucky if he was even considered a top 10 fucking 140 pounder at that time. Right? Like, all I'm asking Tank Davis to do is the same thing I ask everyone to do. Fucking fight the best opponents available. And you don't need to do it every single fight, but you're 30 fucking years old. Do it once. Oh, he fought Ryan Garcia. He's fighting the best. Yeah, you fucking said Ryan Garcia was shit and fucking was garbage and hyped and overrated, and now all of a sudden he becomes a great opponent. Never been a world champion, but great opponent. I think Gamboa signed with 50 Cent. Well, whoever it was. Darrell, Kirkland as well. Yeah, and fucking doing that, the PBC didn't fucking work with them. So then he had nothing to fucking do. Same thing happened with Andre Ward and Rigo when they signed, I guess, with fucking Beyonce's husband. The same shit happened with them. Both of them inactive and never got any quality fucking matchups. Here we go. Round 3. I don't know who won round 1 or 2. Leave it in the comment section below. What do you think? As I said in my build-up for this fight, Ancanjas is a guy who defended his title, I think, like 10 times. He's just a more experienced fighter. And because of that, I favored him to win. We saw when Inui stepped up and faced Obali, who nobody thought was a world beater, and he got beat by Obali. But as I said, I would like him to win just so there'd be 9-9. Nice body shot from Inui. Andre Ward did Dan Goosen dirty. Well, he didn't do him dirty. He ended up dying Goosen, right? So it's kind of like the same situation Boots Ennis is in now. His promoter died. So then, he tried to get out of the contract, obviously, before the guy died. But once he died, that just allowed him to get out of the contract after 2 years of inactivity. But, whatever. He threw 2 years of his best part of his career away because he fucking was arguing with his promoter and ended up getting no money in the process. And now is fucking whinging because he didn't get an opportunity to make as much money as some other people. And then was offered big money fights against Boutte in Canada and Frotch in fucking England. He turned down both of them because he was a prima donna and didn't want to fucking travel, which means he didn't want to fucking make money. And then did 2 pay-per-views with Kovalev that both did shit fucking numbers. Oh, I knew he caught him there. Nice. Fucking Kerwin Ancanjas is fucking open for that straight right hand, buddy. Be your brother. Nice counter left from Inui. Inui's got faster hands. He just needs to put those combinations together. Nice. That right hand, man, can't miss. And Jerwin looks slow. You know what they say when a guy becomes a champion? He becomes 10% better, right? Confidence and other things. So Inui should be a better version than he was before. I think Inui won that round convincingly. He was landing right hands down the pipe all fucking day. 2-1 Inui. Is it true that Kovalev got no money from the World Ward rematch? That's what I heard, right? Because he signed for upside, not for a guarantee. Because Ward wanted too much money in the guarantee, I suppose, and the only way to get the rematch was to kowtow to Andre Ward. So, yeah, I heard he totally got fucking screwed on that. But he got screwed in the first fight where he deserved to win and totally got fucked over. Just like Lomachenko, just like Golovkin. both losing to fucking the guy that was supported by America. America. What are you doing, Lily? I'll feed you in a minute. Calm down. Wait till after this round. So early. Why are you being so weird? We already walked twice today, and you fucking ate like a pig. She had fucking cow tongue today as a snack. She's eating better than me. Actually, it was from my Japanese barbecue last night. It was a good right hand from Inui to the body. Keep working up and down. I think you should just lead with that right hand. Don't even worry too much about that jab. Look at Ankanjas, right? He just wants to sit back and counterpunch. Nice body shot from Inui. There you go. Good combination punches. He's slow-handed, man. Let those fucking hands go. Oh, nice uppercut. Oh, nice shot from Ankanjas. Your dad's going to be angry. You're just standing in there too much, allowing him to throw. Nice. This is some action in this round now. This is much more like the first fight. Nice counter left from Inui. Inui's landing the sharper shots, but obviously this round, German Ankanjas is definitely throwing a lot. Missing a lot, but throwing a lot. He punches like his mother. It's becoming a war. Close round, 3-1. If Liver King can, so can dogs. Can dogs eat raw meat? Yes. Yes, they can. These dudes are in optimal shape. They are, man. That's the thing about these smaller weight division dudes, man. They're in fucking shape. They can throw 100 punches for 12 rounds generally. So you just get non-stop fucking action. You tell him, Dad. He must be so proud. His two sons, world champions. He was never able to become a world champion, but both his sons are, and his one son is fucking pound for pound monster, right? They both can have good lives, lots of money. Life is good. The Asian parent's fucking dream. Yeah, it's hard to pick the last round. I think Inui landed the sharper punches, but I think maybe Ankanjas landed more punches. Sean, can you explain what's a feral dog? Feral dog is just a dog that is wild, lives outside, no home, like a feral child. That's what John Boxing was before he was picked up by a group home. I'm joking, John. I know you had a loving family. I don't know why you're so fucking angry, if that's the case, but apparently you are. It'd be different if you were coming from a one parent family, then maybe I could understand. You had lots of brothers and sisters, mom and dad, big happy family, and you're such an angry young man. The epitome of the angry black man, John Boxing. 78 Sports can answer your dog questions. No, all he wants to do is fucking have dogs kill each other in the ring. I don't know how you call yourself a dog lover if that's the case. Anui is definitely shifty, right? You got to be that way when your brother is fucking the monster. Kind of fucking move your head, move your shoulders, get out of the way. Nice right hand from Anui down the pipe. Get your head off the center and throw that right hand all day. He just slaps so much in his punches, eh? You can even see the way he throws compared to Jerwin, who obviously throws some mustard on his punches. Takumi looks like that ADHD fucking Japanese kid that you had in your class. This Anui is no monster. That's true. John comes from a two-parent, middle-class, privileged household. He does. I guess that's why he's angry. Education does that, even though it's hard to believe John was educated. Four, 1, or 3, 2. For who? Anui? The monster? If Anui is not the monster, then what would be a good nickname for him? Anui the... Uh-oh. Here, Lily. Good girl. I'm back with a vengeance. Group home. Anui, the feral dog. Is this fight on ESPN Plus? Yes, it is. Anui has not much of a monster. Anui, there's not much of a monster. That's too fucking much. Anui, the mini monster. Anui, the monster with no teeth. Jerwin just wants to be a counterpuncher. Monsters Inc. Anui. Anui, the ankle biter. Anui, the gremlin. Not much of a monster. Fucking Jerwin's loading up, hoping to land something. He's going to tire himself out doing that and then walk into a big right-hand counter. There you go, Inui. Throw those counter punches. Casper the Friendly Ghost Inui. Maybe we could just call him Takumi the Friendly Ghost Inui. Fulton isn't full FBA. He's half Jamaican, so Inui is yet to fight a real FBA. Oh my God. Get a fucking grip. Okay, they'll tell me the one full-blooded FBA at 122 pounds that he has to fight. Or at 126. Or at 118. There's only fucking 9 FBA world champions in boxing. And they all are from fucking 130 pounds to 160. 30 pounds of FBA boxers. Up and down. Nobody. Full fucking FBA. Oh my God. Okay, John. Then don't fucking claim Shakur because he's Puerto Rican. And Andre Ward was white. So round 7. He ain't Jamaican. Don't listen to that fucking guy. If he was Canadian, maybe then I'd say that's true. Being American, the Jamaicans from fucking America, they're American. Born and raised. I guess Andre Berto, he's from Haiti. He ain't fucking American. Fucking Bernard Hopkins. He's from fucking Mars, so he's not American. Nice left hand from Inui. Inui, turn him, turn him. There you go, another nice left hand. Another nice left hand. Exactly. I was going to say the same thing. Waller's an African king. He ain't American. Spence is Jamaican. I've heard Spence say that a lot. I don't think I've ever heard fucking Fulton say it. So Spence is American. I mean, Jamaican. I knew he's just fucking nickel and diming his way to fucking a victory. Give me the play-by-play, Sean. I can't see the fight. You're my eyes. Basically, right now, Inui is throwing lots of pity pat punches, landing clean. And in contrast, Jerwin is loading up with big hooks. Quite a bit are landing to the body, but most of the ones in the head are just missing by a mile. And they're really on the inside, sort of wrestling a lot as well. But I definitely think Inui is winning, as they say in the comment section below. But everyone loves that American money. Everyone loves the money. Don't matter if it's American, Saudi, fucking Chinese. Whoever's paying, we all love it. And Khan just needs to shorten up his punches. He does, right? He's winging too fucking wild. He'd be much better by shortening them up and just putting his hands together, right? And chances are he'd probably beat Inui far easily and maybe even stop him in the process. But we're going into round 8. At this point, it's a competitive fight. Inui, 3-punch combination off of Ankanja's hook. Again, Ankanja jumps in with a wild hook. Inui's waiting. Ankanja lands a good body shot. Inui lands 2 good left hand counters. Ankanja and Inui wrestling on the ropes. Some kisses, some neck bites. Nice 3-punch combination from Inui. Ankanja has him on the ropes, trying to dig into the body. Nice counter left from Inui. Nice straight right down the middle. Ankanja continues to throw and miss. That was a nice right hand from Ankanja inside. Three-punch combination from Inui. Ankanja throws some inside punches, lands a big right hand. 3-punch combination. Nice left hand from Ankanja. Inui looks like he's throwing, trying to land that elbow on the swing through. Nice right hand from Ankanja, or sorry, left hand. Oh, nice left hand from Inui. Measured him. Jerwin throwing a lot of body stuff inside. I don't know how effective it is. Nice right hand from Jerwin. Dug down to the body. Nice counter left from Inui again. Inui walked away from using that right hand, which was very, very effective early on. Nice right hand there from Inui after I mentioned it. Counter left from Jerwin. Short right from Jerwin. Inui on his neck. Fast paced from both guys. They're both at that mid-range. Neither guy has really been able to establish a jab in this fight. That was a nice hook to the body from Jerwin. Threw like a 6-punch combination. And the round is done. 5-3 Inui. Whatever happened to Zhou Zhiming? He got fucking rich and retired early. I could see the fight ending in a draw, which would mean Inui would retain. Politically, that would make sense as well. Lots of close rounds. True. Yeah, he was getting pay-per-views in China, which I think they were selling on the TV for $1 American. But they were getting fucking shitloads of Chinese people watching because obviously it's $1. And because he was a 2-time, 3-time Olympian, So he ended up getting fucking a lot of cash. And obviously commercials and endorsements and things of that nature. So he retired super early as a pro, but obviously had a super long amateur career. Here we go. What's this? Round 9? Nice right hands from Inui. That's what he was landing, man. Those speed right hands down the middle were very effective. Nice right hand from Jerwin. Combination from Inui, dug into the body. Another body shot from him. Oh, little fucking short inside punch. Fucking finished. Unconscious. He's done. Come on. Yeah, fight's over. Fuck, man. It wasn't even a big shot, but just fucking short, right to the solar plexus. Fucking Jerwin is done. Knocked out by fucking Inui. 9-9. 9 Black American champions, 9 Japanese champions. And fucking John Boxing is losing his mind. The monster, mini monster, comes through with fucking the perfect placed body shot. Moved over, threw short, and fucking the dude's still down. Still down. It's like I told you. I just think mentally Jerwin is just not working like he should. Because if he was, he probably would still be at 115 pounds. For him to still be down now, because that punch wasn't that fucking hard. And we know that Inui is not that hard of a puncher. But it just caught him perfectly right in the fucking solar plexus, knocked his wind out, and that's all she wrote. That's all she wrote. Where is it? Right there. I think it's solar plexus. Because it's the right hand, right? Not a liver punch. The ghost Inui. There you go. That's not bad. The monster Inui. Takumi, the ghost Inui. It's a good win for him. Nice. It's hard work living in your brother's shadow. But that was a great win. Nice. Couldn't have anything nicer than that. That's a very happy ending. Solar plexus is a hell of a punch. First time in history that Japan has as many world champions and is drawn with the US in champions. I know. But we only support Japanese because we hate Black Americans. No, we're highlighting Japan because Japan is fucking in a renaissance in their boxing fucking culture. That's all. I mean, shouldn't you say excellent for Japan? It has nothing to do with Black Americans. It's not disrespectful to them. It's not taking anything away from them. This is just praising the Japanese fighters who are doing great. It was a sneaky punch, right? Moved to the angle a little bit and just landed that punch nice. And this is the moment of his career. I don't know if it's going to get bigger than this because I think probably his next fight he's going to lose. If he fights fucking Junto Nakatani for unification. That's all she wrote. So I'm curious to see who they're going to get him in the ring with next. If not him, then who? Well, that's nice. Nice job. Good work. Takumi the Ghost Inui. I gotta like fucking go to his like Instagram and tell him that should be his new name, the Ghost. Now you see me, now you don't. Boxing enthusiast is totally a Tank Davis fanboy. What does he say? He says, I think Petraza, Santa Cruz, Barrios, and Ryan are all better wins than Frank Martin. When and if Tank beats him. Well, I don't think you can say that Santa Cruz is a better win than Frank Martin, because Frank Martin is a prime, unbeaten fighter with speed and power. Something that Santa Cruz definitely was not fucking when he was at 130 pounds. Ryan Garcia may be a better win. We know he's got better wins on his resume than Frank Martin does. Petraza's Tank Davis's best win. And Mario Barros, he does have his big win recently against Ugis. So you got to think about how you rank that. Was it a shot fucking done version of Ugis, or are you going to rate it and give him props for it? Two sets of Japanese brothers are champions. Of course, you have more champions at Eastern Europe. Most of the fights are in the U.S. with U.S. judges and refs, and mainly American fighters are given easier title shots than foreign fighters usually. There are more current FBA champions in boxing than the whole of Eastern Europe combined. And Eastern Europe outnumbers Black Americans by 200 million. What Eastern European? You're generalizing. Saying we only have 9 champions isn't it's not an insult. You have 9 world champions. Japan has 9 world champions. You guys have champions from 130 pounds to 160. Nobody above, nobody below. It's definitely not a renaissance for Black Americans in boxing. That doesn't diminish and say there's not great Black American fighters and potentially superstars coming up in boxing, because there are. Nobody is saying there isn't. The people that are giving no credit are guys like you, who don't want to give guys from Eastern Europe, the UK, Mexico, and Latin America and Asia fucking any credit at all. None. You know, and that's where people then kick back and say, stop. Who's being racist now? You fucking guys. Because literally you don't want to give anyone else credit, and all you do is talk about the history of the sport. You're talking about the history of the sport because you can't talk about fucking current events. You talk about Floyd Mayweather because there's nobody right now that you can fucking talk about, right? And that's why you're doing it. If Black American fighters were doing great right now, you'd be talking about those fighters right now. But you're not. Outside of Bud Crawford, who's doing great? Devin Haney is moving towards that level. So that's 2. Tank Davis, he ain't fucking fighting anyone. You can kiss his ass and act like he's a superstar. I like him. But all I want him to do is fight good fighters, the best. Shakur, Loma, Lopez. Devin. Real fights. A whoosh. Japan is doing well. Why dismiss it? Oh, that's not fair. And how many Mexican world champions? It's true, right? That's the thing. I don't even say he needs to go to 140. Lomachenko and Shakur at 135. If you want to get paid fucking 30, 40, maybe $50 million, then go to fucking the Middle East and fight there. But you don't have to do that. Nobody's trying to force fucking Tank Davis to do anything except take on the best potential opponents available. The same thing they say about everybody. That's it. The difference is some people fucking push narratives like crazy. Let's think. Lon. Two, three, four, 5, 6, 7. Wow. Where are we? Yeah, so great night of boxing from Japan. 3 world title fights. All the Japanese fighters represented. Obviously, Tanaka ended up winning to become a 4-weight world champion. Something Tank Davis has never done. Inui just defended his title against ex-world champion with a great knockout body win. And obviously, we had Junto Nakatani become a 3-weight world champion today as well, getting a stoppage victory. So congratulations to Japanese boxing. They represented today. Japan is not just about the monster. There's also other fighters to pay attention to as well. So congratulations to them. And as I said, enjoying boxing and fighters from around the world is not hate or criticism towards a certain specific group. We just had South African fighter go to Mexico and re-win his world title, right? That was a great victory for him, right? South African fighter. He's black as well, but of course, these American fighters that are so absorbed, these American YouTubers that are so absorbed with color, they don't really give a fuck about black fighters. Only certain narratives. A lot of these guys were pro-Spence and anti-Bud. A lot of them are pro-Frank Martin and anti-fucking Shakur Stevenson. A lot of them are pro-Tank Davis and anti-Devin Haney or vice versa, right? The biggest hate is mostly going on between this group fighting amongst themselves, hating on other black fighters, and of course diminishing and downplaying fighters from around the world as if they don't contribute to the sport of boxing, which they do. Every great fighter in the sport contributes. Let's look currently at BoxRec's pound for pound list. We don't usually use BoxRec because their system and the way they do things is fucking terrible. But we'll just use it right now just because we're all here. Currently, they have Terrence Crawford, pound for pound, number 1. Canelo Alvarez, 2. Anui the Monster, 3. Gervonta Tank Davis, 4. Devin Haney, number 5. Dimitri Bivol, 6. David Benavidez, 7. Arthur Beterbiev, number 8. Emmanuel Navarrete, 9. Chris Eubank Jr., number 10. You know, the list was good until we got to number 10. And then once you say Chris Eubank, all of a sudden it's like, come on, man. Are you being fucking serious? At number 11, you have Shakur Stevenson. Put him in that position. Or you have Teofimo Lopez at number 13. Put him in that 10th position. And then nobody really could say anything bad. Bam Rodriguez is 14. Oshaki Foster is 12. I don't know how he's above Lopez or Bam Rodriguez. Ken Shiro is number 15. Lomachenko 16. Brandon Figueroa 17. Lee Wood 18. Junto Nakatani 19. Seiyori Akuyo, Japanese fighter, 20. So there's the top 20 fighters on BoxRec. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 Japanese fighters out of the top 20. Not bad. Americans, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Americans. Mexicans, 2. English, 2. Russians, in truth, 2, but obviously Beterbiev's listed as Canadian. Ukrainian, 1. My question is, where's Usyk? I guess he's been inactive. Otherwise, he should be clearly fucking on that list in the top 20 somewhere. But actually, no, they have Usyk number 35. Anui won already. Benavidez over Beterbiev. What the fuck? I know. You have a guy who currently is not a world champion over a 3-belt unified champion. Benavidez, Beterbiev under Tank. That's not a surprise. Many people put Tank above Beterbiev. He gets really dismissed and downplayed. Japan is running boxing so far this year. This year, they're definitely doing a good job, Definitely doing a good job. And they got a lot of young, up-and-coming good fighters as well. The one guy, Tsatsumi, Hayato Tsatsumi, who's going to be fighting for a world title as well pretty soon. He is a very, very good fighter. Was a great amateur and real smooth as a pro right now. Not a big power puncher, more of like a Ken Shiro and an Ioka. But I think he's a little smoother than those guys are. You know, obviously boxing and boxers develop as we move forward, right? Guys get more experience. They learn from the older fighters, and it progresses. Japan is doing well. You know, you think about back in the heydays, Korea had a lot of world champions, right? Back in the day, probably more than Japan had. Yet now there's no fucking Korean boxers. So you wonder whatever happened to Korean boxing and Korea boxing culture. It totally disappeared, along with K-pop. I mean, I fucking have no idea. I guess when you had North and South Korea, Koreans had to be tougher. And obviously they were all in the military, and there was more push for that kind of proud Korean type of stuff. So you had a lot more Koreans doing well in boxing. But now if you can dance and sing, that you're representing your country. So obviously you don't see too many Korean boxers right now. Same goes German boxing culture. It comes and goes. Yeah, the Germans got a lot of fighters, right? The problem is they don't have any really elite fighters. But in saying that, we just saw their one German fighter, what's his face, who dominated and destroyed the Russian Canadian guy. Fucking made him look terrible. Looked great, right? I know he's Turkish German, but he's German, so he's good. And they got quite a few good fighters, but the problem is none of them are elite. And there's not many elite fighters in boxing. And that's why when we talk about earlier on, pound for pound top 10, there's probably really about 15 elite fighters. Maybe you can say 20 elite fighters in the world that are just that level above the rest. So when you talk about top 10, a lot of it is what we say, subjective, right? How do you rate guys and why would you put this guy above this guy? Like people that have Tank Davis above Beterbiev. Why would you have Tank Davis above Beterbiev? Because he's won more titles? Because he's been more dominant? Because he has more knockouts? Because he's fought better opposition? Like, sure, Tank's went through multiple weight divisions, and obviously my man fucking Beterbiev is just a light heavyweight, but he's a unified light heavyweight who beat world champions and has probably the best resume in the light heavyweight division. Tank Davis doesn't have the best resume at 135 pounds. And hasn't done anything significant, has never unified titles ever. Where's the wrench? Huh? Why do we have to give wrenches? We have trolling going on. Do we need somebody to police my comment section? I think so far so good. Things are fine the way they are. But thanks everyone for jumping in for this great card from Japan this evening. I appreciate everyone jumping in. Remember to hit the like button on the way out. I would appreciate that. Thank you very much. That would go a long way to helping me build back my channel after John Boxing did what he did, which, is cowardly and petty, but that's John Boxing. But peace out, everyone. Have a good weekend. Enjoy your weekend. Obviously, we got some boxing tomorrow, but I'm not sure what's going to happen with regards to that. Maybe I'll go live tomorrow. I also have some schoolwork to do, so we will see how that unfolds. But cheers, everyone. Peace out. Have a good one.